Hello my beautiful souls, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Jem, and in today's video we're going to be discussing what makes you alluring. So in pick card readings, you can view them how you like, take whatever resonates, know to leave the rest. The way I read tarot is about self-reflection, so you're specifically looking for what resonates with you and leaving whatever doesn't, so that you can get clear messages about what you may need help with, or but in order to get clear about what it is you need or what it is you want to do or who it is that you are. Also, another way that I read tarot is about hyping you guys up, because guess what? You deserve to be hyped up. You guys are the shit. And yeah, why not live life happy and, hyped up? So that's how I read tarot. And before we hop into the pile selection, I want to let you guys know the different ways you can help my channel. The biggest way is by subscribing and also checking out my personal readings. Hey guys, so I just want to thoroughly explain my personal readings and the website to my personal readings. So it's Beacon AI. You can find it in the description of my YouTube. So when you first open it up, we have the most expensive reading if you really guys want to help out the channel and also get a really detailed, thorough reading. So if you're interested in that, that is the highest priced one here for you. If you're interested, then I offer all these other oracles here. All the prices are down below, and each of these are an hour long. And these are all the cards I offer. I'm constantly adding new decks to it because I have a lot of decks. So make sure to check out all the way through. And then at the end here are my lowest prices offered. We have a 30-minute reading with any deck, your choice. You could list any of the ones that are offered here. And this would be a 30-minute reading that is for $33. And then we also have a 15-minute reading for $22. The higher the prices, the more it's worth your money, because it's honestly harder for me to film smaller readings because I have to plan ahead a little bit more. So, but it's still a reasonable price. So if you guys are interested in those, check those out. But yeah. Okay, so let's hop into the pile selection. So we have pile 1 here. Pile 1, we have the Lovers card in the Neon Moon Tarot deck. This deck, I don't know if I have listed on my personal readings Beacon AI tab just yet, but it will be posted soon. But basically the Lovers, you have the Lovers card, which is representative of Gemini, also just represents, could be love, it could be love, representing love, companionship, union. Okay, and then your image is of this beautiful girl. She has really dewy skin. Her skin looks very like soft, supple, a little bit like really like moist, like watery. There's like a lot of shine. Her face looks very shiny. She looks like she's taking great care of her skin. She has this beautiful big hip, I didn't even mean to say big hips, I meant to say big hoops. But your hips could be very beautiful. She has really fluffy lashes, beautiful eye makeup. She has bangs, beautiful eyebrows, short hair. And she looks like she's wearing some sort of turtleneck shirt that has like the sleeves cut out. So, and she has birthmarks on her face. And earrings, and more earrings stacked up on those hoops. So, if that resonates with you, please pick pile 1. For pile 2, we have the Anime Tarot deck, and your card is the Tower card. The Tower card is an amazing, strong, powerful energy here. It's about, bringing change, chaos. It's a strong card. I love this card, especially in this deck. It's so beautiful. So if that resonates with you in any way, and your image, pile 2, is of this beautiful, stunning girl with this beautiful chest. She's wearing latex. She's got a beautiful skinny waist, beautiful arms. Her skin looks silky smooth. She's got these little dangly crosses that could be significant. She also has bangs, like very short bangs. She also has a cross in her forehead. She has very beautiful big eyes, tiny little nose, beautiful plump lips, and she's wearing like white bunny ears. It's giving me like Mean Girls vibes a little bit, or like some sort of Halloween costume, dressing up like a bunny, or maybe there's some sort of like nun, like it's just giving me like nun something, I don't know. But if that resonates with you, please pick pile 2. And then for pile 3, we have this beautiful girl. It looks like, it's reminding me of like retro, like neon, like city, like neon night. It's giving that vibe of like, what is that type of music where it's like, what is it called? You know what I'm talking about. It's like music for nighttime, like a nighttime drive. And it's like just like got that like electronic music. So there could be something significant about that. She looks like she's from the 80s, 70s. There's some sort of like 70s, 80s vibe going on in here. She has little cute little dangly heart earrings. There's a neon background to her. It's like pink and purple. She has these beautiful circle glasses. Glasses could be significant to you. She also has like purple eyes, beautiful eyeshadow, pink lips. She also has she has like more of like a layers in her hair, and her bangs are like off to the side. So she's also wearing a turtleneck. So if that resonates with you, please pick pile 3, and your card pile 3 is the Magician. So the Magician is about having everything in your power to do what it is you need to do, trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting your own magic. You're magical. So that is what I have for pile 3. If that resonates with you, please pick pile 3. Okay, let's hop into pile 1. Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. If you chose this deck as well as this image, this will be your reading on what makes you alluring. So before we hop into the reading, I want to let you guys know the different ways you can help on my channel. The biggest way is by I do sell personal readings on my Beacon AI tab if you're interested in checking that out. Okay. Let's see what we have for you. I just saw 4-4. Oh, interesting. I just thought of like coming together in a weird way. I don't know what that means. I don't know where that's coming from, but all right, let's get some cards for you. We got the Chariot, which represents Cancer, I believe. Okay, please give me a couple more cards. We have the 7 of Wires, which I believe is the 7 of Wands. Or it might be the 7 of Swords. We have the 7 of Vials, which is the drinks, so 7 of Cups in reverse. And give me one more card, please. We have the Magician. Wow, the Magician card came out also for pile 3, so all right. I also have pre-shuffled oracles here for you today. So we have, let me actually back this up a bit. Back that ass up. Back that ass up. Back that ass up. We might need to pull one more. Let's pull one more card. Yes, thank you for listening to me. We got the Executive of Wires, which I believe is the Knight or King. All right. And then we have the Miser. Monsieur. We got the Crocodile. The dang crocodile. We got the Kiss. There's a lot of black in these cards. We got Pleading. We got Cold and Love here. The crocodile on top of that. Yeah, maybe I should have chose different cards, because white with black is not really doing justice with this camera. I'll tell you what. Okay, pile 1. This got deep. These messages done got deep. The first thing I'm going to say, so what is alluring about you? First off, let's talk about your thumbnail. So, what is alluring about you is your beauty. Hold on, let me exit out of this. Your beauty. I think also your hairstyle. You could have a very unique hairstyle, a very unique look. There could be something about, like, if you're a woman, you have like short hair, or if like you're like a man, you have like longer hair. There's just something about like you stand out. I'm really getting like you stand out from the crowd, Pile One. And you're like a mystery to people. People want to know you more. People are like very curious about you because, like, in a way, it's almost like people may project what they think that you would like, the way you would act, but then in reality, you end up doing something completely different. So people are like always like wondering about you, or always like questioning, like, what would Pile One do? Or how is Pile One feeling? Or what is Pile One like? Who is Pile One? Like, people want to like know more of you. Okay. Another thing is what is alluring about you. The number one thing I was getting is wait, let me get some more messages from your thumbnail, because okay, what's alluring about you is you could have like a very unique birthmark. Your eyes could be very unique, like the makeup you wear. The makeup you wear could really make you stand out. People could feel like maybe they've never seen that before, and there's like you always are catching people's eyes. Um, People really like to look at you. I'm really getting like people like to like stare, people like to look at you, people like to just like um you're always like catching people's like or people are always catching like a glimpse of you. People could like your skincare routine. That could be for some of you. Maybe you guys have really nice, like soft skin, really nice, like supple. In your thumbnail, she's got like this glowy, shiny skin. So I'm like really getting that. People could like the earrings you put. People could like the way your bangs are cut. Maybe you have like really interesting bangs, the way your eyebrows are done. You're also very confident, Pile One. We're getting like somebody who's very confident, very secure in themselves. You could be having a bit of a rough patch right now. And listen, baby, I'm here to hype you up, okay? I'm here to hype you up. We'll talk more about that in a sec. But you're confident. You got that thing. Like you got it, Vile One. You got it. Look at you. You stunning. Also, people could really like you have a very interesting like stare. The way you stare at people really intimidates people. I think you're like really like not afraid of anything, and so much so that you're like, if you see the posture in your photo for your thumbnail, it's like she's got her neck exposed, and that's like a big telltale sign. I like low key kind of study some like body language because I think it's really interesting. But there's something about like being, having your head like tilted up like that, and that's like a really big sign of confidence. Because it's like, okay, yeah, what? Like you have your neck exposed, like you're like, yeah, so what? Like what you gonna do? Okay. So that's what I'm getting with your thumbnail, and I think all those attributes to you, Pile One, makes you alluring. With these other cards here, um, so we definitely have a business owner, some sort of entrepreneurial energy here. You could be an entrepreneur, you could be stepping into that place, you could be somebody who's stepping up to the plate of like leading. If you're not an entrepreneur, you could be a leader of some kind. Maybe you're stepping into a leader role of a business or of a company or whatever. Maybe you're like getting a promotion or you're moving up in some way. Or if that's none of the case, maybe that's just the energy you give off. You're really like, you're giving me like cutthroat energy, definitely. And it's funny because I was going to do a reading about that specifically. But yeah, it's really like you're very intimidating. You give me like, don't mess with me. Like, really, like, do not mess with me. you have no idea who you're messing with. Like, um, so also another thing is, I think you could be maybe struggling a little bit at this time when it comes to feeling maybe a little bit overwhelmed. And pile one, the biggest message I want to give you is don't give up. Never give up. Don't give up. Take your time, take the rest you need, whatever it is, the rest you need to recuperate, to reflect on this or whatever is making you feel overwhelmed, which is most likely your mind. It is your mind, it is the ego, it is your negative thoughts that are making you feel overwhelmed. And baby girl, we got to work on that because this is what's holding you back in life. Because imagine if you didn't have those thoughts, where you'd be at. But anyways, you need that rest. Take the rest you need. Like, you got to take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. Like, there's this book that I have that I could pull out that talks about different ways you want to do at least one thing a day that takes care of yourself mentally. So like, for example, journaling or writing about how you feel or talking about how you feel, like on a voice memo and like repeating it back to yourself, or like literally talking to a therapist so that they could help guide you. One physical thing could be like going running, dieting or just eating better, or working out or going to Pilates or swimming or yada yada, whatever it is that makes you happy. Maybe going to like a yoga class or something. Those could be all different things that you would treat yourself physically to. And then spiritually would be like how to treat yourself, have some sort of self-care spiritually. It's like meditation. Yoga could be one too as well. Spiritually could be like tarot card readings. That's a spiritual thing. If you're a religious person, like you could be reading about those types of books and stuff. Or just like finding time to like sit down, work through your breath work. Those could be things that help. But besides that, what's alluring about you, Paiwan, is people want to know what's going on. People want to know where you've been. People want to know like in the least like rude way possible. Like, I don't know, this just like came out, is like, what is, people want to know like what's I'm just gonna say people want to know like where you're at, like where have you been, where are you going, like what's going on. um so there could be someone in particular, especially like a love partner, somebody that maybe you've kissed recently that really finds you very alluring. They could be feeling like maybe you've been a little bit cold recently, and could be maybe begging for your attention. There could be something about that. For some of you, this could just be maybe you've been pleading, or you're not somebody to beg. I think that what is alluring about you, pile one, is you're not somebody to beg for attention or beg for anything. You're not somebody that's like, for example, there could be a situation, the best way I could explain it is like, you maybe have experienced something where somebody's like, oh yeah, like, we need to get this guy's approval. We need to get this guy to help us. We need him. Like, people may say like, oh, we need this guy to help us. And you're like the type of person that will look at that situation and be like, no, we don't need this guy. I could do it all myself. You're very like independent. You're very like to yourself. You're very like, I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody. I could do all this myself. And one thing about that pile one is that is like, that could be a childhood coping mechanism that you've dealt with because maybe a lot of people around you have let you down a lot, or you've had set high expectations for people, and like, people are different, people act differently. Nobody's gonna like act the exact same way you do. So like, in a way, it's like almost like your ego may get in the way a lot when it comes to connections. But like, don't get me wrong, egos, there's good and bad that come with egos. I think you may have a really big ego, Pile One, especially when it comes to your career, your finances, your goals. Because you're like seriously a hard worker. Not only a hard worker, but you think smart. You're very smart. You think smart, not hard. You work smart, not hard. Um, and I kept getting messages about like entrepreneur or like business owner. So maybe, and like specifically in this card, this one right here, this one talks about having a business and then not really like acknowledging the people that come in, and you're kind of like hiding behind a wall. And it's like almost like, let me read it again because that's what it says in the upright version. It says, a store standing open for business, no customers waiting inside. A figure sits counting their coins, ignoring anybody who approaches them. They should be celebrating their success, but it's easier to hide behind a wall and block out anybody who tries to help. The misere is incapable of realizing they're the one causing their own problems, um, and they justify unhappiness by blaming others. And then in reverse, it says, if there is an authoritative power in your life who's causing a sense of oppression or discomfort, creating difficulties in your own need to dominate others and control every situation. I think there's a big message about control and dominance. The number one thing about you, what makes you alluring, Pile One, is you are so dominant. You have a very dominating presence. Like the second you enter a room, you're somebody to like maybe be a little bit controlling. Um, and that may, in some ways, may ruin some connections because, it's good to like let others in. What you don't want, like, don't get me wrong, having a plan and, having this like clear cut plan and, when everything's in order, when everything's perfect, working out, it's, it's nice. It makes you feel comfortable. But know that life is not like that. Life is not perfect. People are not perfect. People think differently than you. People act differently than you. And just because they act a different way or want to do things a different way doesn't mean they have to abide by your rules or, listen to you. Like, yes, it makes us uncomfortable, right? Because we want it a certain way. But trust me, it's better to let others in, because how to build a business, how to grow, how to have this, like to be at the top. Look at any company at the top. Apple, Google, all these businesses, there's not one person running the whole show. There's thousands and thousands of different people all working together to make this business function. You can't do all of this stuff yourself. You got to either help let people in, hire people, like allow other people in. And I think that's the biggest message. What's alluring about you is, for some of you, it could be that you're struggling with that. So people are like wondering like what you're doing. Like you may be like behind the scenes, you're not really showing what you've been working on. Or if that's not the case, like if it's not about career, it could be like maybe when it comes to love or your mental health or whatever it is you're working on behind the scenes. People want to know. People want to like know what's going on. And you could be a little bit isolating yourself, feeling a little bit stubborn or inflexible about this specific thing. If that doesn't resonate, it could be the opposite of that. It could be that because it's in reverse, it could be that you are letting go of the need for control. You're allowing people in, you're embracing change, you're embracing connection, you're embracing working with others. For some of you, with the crocodile here, I think you definitely do have a really hard exterior. What's alluring about you is people like, you're seriously a mystery to people. You're seriously a mystery. My throat is like really itchy right now. You're seriously a mystery. People want to know like what's underneath all that hard exterior. With the 7 of Wires here, which is representative of the 7 of Wands, it says, in specific, it says something about ants, and it says about feeling like a bit overwhelmed, exhausted. You could be feeling like overwhelmed, exhausted, and instead of like allowing people in to help you, which I think is the answer, pile one, if you've been contemplating like, or you've been thinking a lot about, and you constantly feeling overwhelmed, that you want to know how to feel less overwhelmed is by getting help, allowing others to help you. It's about allowing others to help you, and also asking for help, and also uh, there's something else about shit. What was it kept talking about like isolating yourself and just really like stepping back. And people are asking like, when are you gonna come back, or like where have you been? Um, do you need help? What can I do to help? And it's almost like you're kind of like letting yourself get stuck in this when mentally, because it's your mental game. It's your mentality on this that's holding you back. Like for example, like, but I need to be able to do this all myself, or I'm not good enough because I can't do this all myself. No. Nobody can do this all themselves. You must think you're a freaking robot if you could think you could do all this shit by yourself. You need help. You need help. Allow people to help you. Um, and I think that stuff needs to be shedded. That shit needs to be left in the past. I think there could be something about like there was something about like fighting to the very end. I think you're definitely a fighter, Pile One. What's alluring about you is you don't know when to quit. And like people are like, damn, I wish I had the fucking endurance of Pile One, because like no joke, people think you're fucking like the Terminator or like just a robot. People are like, does this person like genuinely like is there like a soul in there? Is there a soul in there? um and you could be really stepping into this new era of your life, Taiwan, where you're stepping into like allowing yourself to be a human, the humanity, finding your humanity, letting go of these expectations, this perfectionist, this fucking, inflexibility. It's about growth, baby. It's about letting people in. There could be something about like also you could be maybe a little bit distracting yourself with like some sort of addiction or some sort of like addictive behaviors. Like in this card, it specifically talks about this guy. You know how like the Neon City, they talk about how like with the new like they talk about how the future is going to be, there's going to be so many more distractions. They talked about like when you think, have you ever watched like Cyberpunk? People are constantly on their phones, or there's constantly a screen in their face, being distracted. They're constantly like focusing on something else, and they're not even being present in the reality. And like they know that they're not being present in the reality, but it's a quicker fix, and it's a short-term dopamine to be, stuck on their phone watching videos, or stuck on their phone like watching some sort of entertainment, rather than being there in their present life, because their present life has maybe turned out to be too mentally exhausting for them. So how could we turn our reality into something more enjoyable? What could we do to make it easier and happier for ourselves? The first thing we could do is plan it out. How could we rearrange, reschedule, fix and change our schedule a little bit to make it easier for ourselves? How can we bring more fun and excitement to our lives? Let's start taking ourselves out on dates. Let's start spending a little bit money on ourselves. Or how about we start working on our mentality? How can we, journal a little bit more about this? And like in this card, it literally says this guy's like, I know that the dragon's not real, but in a way, I still feel comforted by it. I still want to touch it. I still can somehow like, I can still like imagine its warmth. Like it's almost like it's like you're starving for real connection, or starving for real love and validation. And that's the big reason to why people fall into these types of habits, is because they're looking for that, something to fill the void, which is what the void is the lack of love. It's the lack of love. You know how to bring love back into your life? You know how to fill that void? Is bringing love back into your life. It's bringing connection back into your life. You know, what's really alluring about you, Pile One, I know we got really deep, and I know these aren't like the best messages to hear. I think this was definitely a big message for one of you guys that really needed to hear it, at least. You know, I'm sorry. But in the more positive note, let's leave on a more positive note. We're going to get into the Pinterest board and some messages soon, but what's in a more positive light, these are beautiful things about you, Pile One. Even though they may be causing a little bit frustration at the moment, guess what? You're going to be dealing with it, and you're going to find a balance with it. Because, yeah, some people could look at this and be like, oh, these are things holding you back. But guess what? There's also wonderful things that come with this type of stuff. So, for example, it's good that you have like this hard exterior and you're so secure in yourself, because like you're not begging people for validation. You're not like being like, oh, please, mister, show me that you care. You're like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a goddamn. And that's what it's alluring about you, is you're like headstrong, you're dominant. You step into a room and you're like, how could I fucking dominate the place? Like, you're like you want to be like number one. You're the one that's always trying to like be the best you fucking can. And that's not a bad thing. That's an amazing thing. You will make so much progress, and I'm here to hype, like, you'll get it, It's just this other things that may be holding you back a bit, but you'll get there. You're on the way there. Another like very alluring things about you is there could be something specifically about, okay, for some of you, there could be some sort of addiction when it comes to like sex or porn, or the reason why I'm only saying this is because this card is like the addiction card / illusion card, and then this card talks about kissing, and it specifically says sex in it, okay? So there could definitely be something with that, and I talked a lot about this type of topic in my previous messages before, so there could be something about like seeking out. I read a book that says the inner works of a relationship, and when we are shamed about our, sensuality, or we're shamed about affection or showing affection, like for example, if you grow up in an environment where there's rarely any affection being shown, you are going to become somebody who rarely shows affection or wants to be affectionate. Like you may be somebody in a relationship, becomes in a relationship very non-affectionate. You may not hold people's hands. You may not, tell them that you love them. It's like very like cold, very cold-hearted. And that comes from a place of trauma. That's a trauma. So there could be something that's like, how could we bring more love into our lives? How could we show our partners more love? How could we show ourselves more love? Because that also comes from a place of self-hate. And another thing I wanted to say was we also will find that love through other things, such as PON or PORN, or like having multiple partners, or different things that are just not really serving us. It's almost like we run away from that part of ourselves of being vulnerable and love and have loving, or because we're afraid of rejection. We're afraid of like heartbreak. We're afraid of getting our heart hurt. So we create this shell, and then it's more comfortable to just search up PORN and have that fulfilled, rather than actually having a warm, loving connection with somebody and developing that. So that could be something you're overcoming. What's alluring about you, Pile One, is people may wonder how you're able to like be so independent. People could wonder how. There could also be, for some of you, like, if that doesn't resonate, there could also be a message saying you could be really stepping into showing more love in your connections. You could be having or dealing with somebody who is a little bit, if that's not you, you could be dealing with somebody that's a little bit more cold. And that could be a struggle that maybe you struggle with. So, and this person could maybe find you very alluring because of how you're able to, easily express yourself, easily express your vulnerability and love. Yeah, so that could be something. And with the magician, you may be like, there could be a little bit of, being hard on yourself, being like, I can't do this, or I'm not able to do. Yes, you can. Pile 1, trust me, it's a mental game. The mental aspect of it is a lot harder than it actually is in reality. All that shit you're telling yourself in your mind, it's not real. It's an illusion. It's your ego trying to hold you back. It's trying to keep you safe. That is our brains are wired to keep us safe. And it's our egos that tell us bullshit like that because we're afraid of, stepping out into places we're not comfortable or things that make us scared. It's because it is our natural instinct to keep ourselves safe. So let go of our ego. Put that shit to the fucking side. We gotta be comfortable with, getting uncomfortable, putting ourselves in uncomfortable situations, chasing the bag, chasing our dreams. It's gonna be fucking uncomfortable. Guess what? And the last thing I want to say is you have everything in your power to overcome this. I wasn't even going to talk for this reading for this long, but I feel like this really needs to be said, is you got everything in your fucking power, Pile 1, to overcome this. You know what's best for you. People believe in you too. What makes you so alluring is people are scared of your fucking potential. People are legitimately scared. People are like, in a way, Pile 1, I know this may be a little bit it may sound a little bit messed up, and I think you might have a little bit of dark humor, or just there's something about you're very blunt as well. You're very honest, and I feel like I could be very honest with you. There's something about what was I just gonna say? People are thank God she has or not she, sorry. Thank God Pile 1, has these days where she's not doing work, or I keep saying she. That Pile 1's not doing work, or Pile 1's a little bit, falling back a little bit, or Pile 1's feeling a little bit sick, or thank God Pile 1's working, struggling a little bit mentally. And not because they genuinely, have some sort of ill intent or something, but it's because they are scared of you. They are scared of your potential. They're like, oh my God, if Pile 1 didn't have these flaws or didn't have these things that set them back a little bit, which is human-like, that's normal. It's human-like. They're like, thank God Pile 1's, still a human, because if they weren't, I'd be afraid they'd conquer the world, to be honest. So that's what I have for you, Pile 1. I think you're also for the women out there, you can make a lot of men feel intimidated. But I think you also attract very fiery, secure men. You reject. The thing about you, Pile 1, is because you are so dominant, you're so strong, you're so you could be a little bit tall as well. There's just something about you being a really strong presence. You could really intimidate men, and especially if you're a woman. And you attract partners that are at your level when it comes to feeling secure about themselves, and not you really, by you being this secure about yourself, you subconsciously make insecure men not interested in you. So you are purposely not attracting those types of people, which is an amazing thing. Okay, I need to shut the fuck up because I need to move on. I don't have enough time to be talking for so long for you, Pile 1. So I hope that resonates. Let's get more message about what makes you alluring. So we're going to do some messages here, and then we're going to get into your Pinterest board. Okay, your outfits are always on point. Hello? You stand out. You could be maybe a gamer. Maybe you're a little bit more on the shy side, or you're just a little bit more quiet. People could really like maybe your sexy outfits, or maybe you have like costumes or like cosplay. People could love your hairstyle. Some of you could be maybe a bartender. You could be on somebody's mind 24/7. People are, constantly wondering like what's again, like I said, what is Pile 1 up to? What is Pile 1 doing? And like in a way, people try to compete with you. You're like a friendly competition in a way. People are so intimidated of your potential that it's almost like people want to like compete with you too. You inspire people so much that people are like, you know what? I'm gonna get on Pile 1's level and I'm gonna start competing with her. It's like a friendly battle. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not harm. It's more of like a friendly thing. Like they're like doing it because they're like, if Pile 1 could do it, I could do it too. Let's see what else. Give me one more. What about Pile 1 is alluring? With a bartender card, you could be really good at making drinks, cocktails. Maybe something about like getting drinks. Maybe there's like some sort of bartender specifically that, has you on their mind 24/7. That's maybe a little bit shy. Please give me one more card. What's taking so long? Oh, shit. Shit. We have Night with the Boys, unconditional love. I think you could be somebody who's very unconditional. You don't expect people, or you don't like think that people owe you when you share your love to like with somebody. It says focus on the present moment. Maybe you've been focusing. For some of you, it could be unconditional. For some of you, it could be conditional. So the difference between unconditional and conditional is the unconditional love is what you want to strive for. It's when you're not controlling your partner. It's when you're not telling your partner what to do or how they should love you. It's about accepting your partner for who it is they are. It's about accepting the way they want to love you and loving them without any expectations. We have You Make Me Nervous. Yeah, someone is definitely very shy. I wonder what you feel. People could be like, studying up on you, researching, like staring at your socials. We have My Feelings Are Valid. Your feelings are valid. We have Your Drive is so attractive. We have Beautiful Opportunities could be coming your way. There could be someone from a frat. We have Green Eyes. You could have green eyes, or someone who you're dealing with has green eyes. There could be something to do with limerence could be at play. We have Smoker. We have Avoidant Attachment. We have People Pleasing. We have Planned Proposal. We have Limitless Potential. Yeah, that's a big one. That's what I was getting for you, Pile 1. We got Blue Eyes. You could have green or blue eyes. And we have Makeup. Yep. Your makeup makes you really alluring. Okay, let's pull out let's do the Pinterest board thing. And then I gotta go. Also, by the way, you kept getting like a lot of angel numbers for you and your reading, Pile 1. So I think, Spirit and your guardian angels are really here, letting you know that they're here to support you. They're here to love you. They want the best for you in everything you do. So the first image we got was this image where it's this girl like covering her face and she's taking a picture like either of her eyes maybe. But she's like standing in front of this like really unique antique mirror. She's got these cute short shorts. She's very like sexy and like very cute. She's got long hair, cute little crop top, beautiful stomach. So I first saved this photo and then I ended up being like, I know some people just like when I'm scrolling through the images. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to probably put some stickers on some things because YouTube is, likes to give me a hard time all the time with this Pinterest board stuff, but I know you guys like it. There could be something about you like laying down. What makes you alluring is the way you talk on the phone, or people may like to talk on the phone with you. People could be like imagining what you may be wearing. Like it's giving me like, what are you wearing over the phone? Like the way you look when you're just like relaxing in your house. Maybe you're just like somebody who just walks around in their underwear and like a, short little crop top. And that's what's really sexy about you. People could just like the way maybe you hold your phone, or like the way your little tank top spaghetti strap just falls off your shoulder. Um, you could be someone, it's almost like I was getting, if you're a female, you have a lot of masculine energy to you. Like you have like this, like you have a great balance between femininity and masculinity. And your masculinity could really also fall into play or fall into your um sexy time drive, if you catch my drift. You could be very beautiful. You could have a cat, and maybe you have like a tattoo. People could really find your tattoo alluring. It says, "I'm always this kind." Um, you could be someone that's more of like a. It's giving me like, I'm a emo boy. I'm a emo girl. Um, you're just somebody that everybody's like really intimidated by, but you're just somebody who's quiet. And you're like, and then people like hear you talk, and you're like say something really nice, and they're like, "What? Paiwan, you're a nice person? Wait a minute," and you're like, "What do you mean? I've always been this kind." It says judging you silently. You could have a really cute cat that's always like, judging you a little bit. There could be something to do with llamas. It says, "I'm a fan of no drama." You could be someone that has like no drama in their life. You could be someone that doesn't really like have any drama. You could be, I don't know what this means, but there could be something about like, you could be, your smile could be really cute, and maybe you put your hair in like little like buns like this. There could be something about schoolgirl. We have an image of this girl like pointing at the stars on the phone with these little like, she's got Ariana Grande posters in her room. There's a little dog with a piece of bread on his face. I was also kind of getting like same-sex lovers. There could be someone maybe unbuttoning that likes to like unbutton your shirts for you. You have really beautiful eyes. People could have like heart eyes over you. Yeah. Whenever they see you, they're like having heart eyes. People could love the way you do your makeup. Maybe you have like a little makeup stand, and what's alluring about you is like people want to know how you do your makeup. Um, People may want to like watch you do your makeup. There could definitely be something about a black cat. We've gotten the black cat multiple times. Some of you could be maybe Spanish. I think this is suena bonito. It's like I don't know what suena means, but I know bonito is like pretty. We got cherries here, little notebooks. People could wonder how you're able to like maybe study all the time. You could be like some of you could be maybe still in school. People could be wondering like how the hell you're able to like study so hard and excel at all um your programs or your tests, your exams. It says overthink everything. Yeah, you could be overthinking. Maybe you're finding more different meals. This is a lot of cheese in here. There could be something about that. People may like to take pictures of you smiling. Yeah, definitely somebody has heart eyes over you. Maybe somebody wants to go grab coffee with you. Oh, that's so funny. We got the Energizer Bunny. You could be like, I was thinking about this. There could be something about like bunnies could be significant to you. Um, you could have a bunny. There could also just be something about like it's like the Energized Bunny, like the Energizer Bunny has like a lot of energy. So people are like always wondering how much you have so many, like how do you have so much energy? But also in a way, if you think about it, like more on the 80 plus side, you have a lot of energy. Um, yeah, look, she's doing her makeup. She has this little makeup stand. People could love your makeup stand. What's alluring about you is like the way you do your makeup or your setup. People could really like it. And then this is the last one we have. This was one of the previous thumbnails, so that may be calling for some of you. There could be, this is your like mentality. It's giving like, it's really giving this. Or you could be maybe talking to somebody that looks like that. We have this girl chilling on our laptop. We got somebody relaxing, eating cereal, donuts, listening to the music. Powerpuff Girls, JoJo could be significant. You know how they always talk about, they're like, you maybe stepped into like a villain era. For some of you, that could be something. Or there could be something to do with like there could be a message about doing shadow work. Because if you think about it, we all have shadows. We all have the villain, right? Which is basically our shadows. So there could be something about like, listen, we need to like face our shadows. We need to accept our shadows. We gotta like allow and have a good balance. Because if it wasn't for the Joker, Batman would be nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they are the opposites, but they make a good, there's a good balance, duality between the two. It's like you need difference. That's how you bring balance. Some of you could be like maybe working out more, gaining more muscle, maybe cutting. It says a wolf in sheep's clothing. You could be like a wolf in sheep's clothing. People could really like your teeth, your canines. People could love the way you put on lipstick. It could be like people just love it. There could be something about toxicity. It says you up. Haha, K being left on red at 12:12. Some of the angel numbers I was getting was 99. We got 333, and we also had 77. So those could be significant. 9 is about manifestation, 7 is about reflection, and 3 is about growth. You could have maybe right now hairy legs. It says keep finding value. And there's John Cena. What else do we have? I think these are other ones. I think that was the last one for you. Yeah, this one's for pile 2. Okay. So that is what I have for you, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like. Consider subscribing. Let me know how I did. And I'll see you in one of the next ones. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 2s. If you chose this card or this image, this will be your reading on what makes you alluring. So let's see what we get for you. So what makes pile 2 alluring? That barely didn't shuffle. There could be something about zigzag or like zippers. I don't know what that just made me think of that. But let's see what else we get. Just also thought of like push and pull. Let's see. I also just thought of like Ariana Grande. What else? Alright. Give me some cards about what makes pile 2 alluring. What makes pile 2 alluring? What makes pile 2 alluring? We got 2 cards, okay. We got the Emperor. We got the Devil. Wow, I've never seen the Devil card in this deck. What else makes pile 2 alluring? We got the Lovers. Wow, okay. Yeah, this is some crazy energy. We have a lot of strong energy here. There's three major Arcana cards back to back. Yeah. Okay. What else makes pile 2 alluring? Please give me one more card. What else makes pile 2 alluring? We got the Queen of Swords. I don't know why my hand started shaking. Some of y'all could be like caffeinated or have been taking too much caffeine. Drinking too much caffeine. Or maybe needs caffeine. We got Queen of Swords. And look, like his head looks like it's on a fucking steak. Damn, okay. Girl. Look at her intense look. She's like, don't fuck with me. Listen, girl. You gotta look at me like that. You gotta give me that look. When you give me that look, you know, going out. Oh, excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. Okay, let's pull out your oracles. So what we got for you, love, is we got the otter. The little otter here for you. We got the Fate card, says accepting help and guidance. We got happy pictures. And then we have in the center is the box card. Okay. Yeah, and like I feel like it's so like uniform. It's like a box. It's even a box wrapping around the box. It's very geometric looking. I like it. Okay, pile 2. It's been some time. It's in the morning now. I was filming first at night, but anyways, let's get into your reading. So, we have a lot of messages here. So, specifically with these black cards here, there is like a message that I am like still fully trying to process so that I could better like explain it to you, which is so funny how that happens sometimes. It's like I haven't yet learned this message, but I feel like I have a good enough idea of what it is exactly trying to say that I'll be able to express it to you. But before we get into that deeper message, I want to talk about what makes you alluring. The first thing is, people feel like you could be stepping into a new era of your life where you are maybe accepting more help, more guidance from others. You could be acting more joyful, more creative, just like appreciating life more, finding more internal happiness. Maybe recently you've been looking at like some sort of pictures, or like you've been taking pictures, like posting on social media, posting on Instagram, or whatever you've been on lately. People have been noticing that you've been a lot more happier. You've been a lot more expressive. You've been a lot more joyful of life, a little bit silly, a little bit goofy, just having a fun. Like basically the otter is like the dog of the sea. You know how dogs are just like so innocent and joyful. People see you that way. So what makes you alluring is people like the fact that you have so much fun and that you're so happy, and that you're like such a like fun soul that really attracts people to you. People find that very alluring. People want to know more about you. They want to know like what made you this happy. Where did you like? How did you become in? Like, how did you get into this type of personality, or have you always been this way? Or people want to get to know more about you. Like, what makes you so happy, or like how are you able to like always be so positive and happy and optimistic about life? Like people want to like learn from you. So another thing that I was getting is what else people find alluring about you is your ability to step out of the box, to step out from limiting connotation or like limiting beliefs, anything that's holding you back in life. What finds you so alluring is that you really stand out from the crowd. You really step out of the box. You really put yourself, like, you allow yourself to feel uncomfortable, but you get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like, you get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You step out of those limitations. You step out of the box. There's also a big connotation on you are very self-aware too. There's something about what makes you so alluring is how self-aware you are in your relationships. Another thing I was getting is you're very loving, you're very vulnerable, you're very like honest. And you are definitely somebody that reflects a lot. I think you could be somebody that like is really looking inward, doing some inner healing, doing a lot of inner healing, and overcoming a lot of rooted beliefs that may have held you back in the past. there's like okay, so the specific message I was getting, like a piece of advice from the universe, from these black cards, could be specifically more about love and more about your relationships with others. So maybe if you've been struggling with your relationships with others, this could be like something that maybe you are not aware of that others will bring to your attention, like a lover. So like the fate here, the fate card talks about, in this card specifically, it says how like to allow help in and allow guidance. Like there's gonna be, it literally says in the card that someone's going to come to you, people are gonna come to you and express to you things that you may not see yourself. So like someone may come to you with concerns, being like, hey, this is how this situation is making me feel. And it could be a lover, it could be a friend, it could be just somebody trying to express to you how they're feeling in the relationship with you. And they're bringing to your eyes some sort of work that needs to be done within yourself, such as like there could be some sort of trauma left unresolved, and this person's bringing to your attention, hey, that could be a message. There was another message that there could be, maybe there is a person, specifically a maybe toxic masculine, that maybe you've been dealing with in your life or have dealt with. And there could be somebody that maybe is coming to you and being like, hey, this is the type of person you don't want to have in your life. Like there might be somebody coming up to like express to you, hey, by the way, keep an eye out on this person. You know, this person may be a little bit more toxic, or there's something going on with this person. Like there's somebody that may like express to you, hey, you know, like keep an eye out on this person. So to get more detailed about that, it could be like maybe a person you may be going on a date with, or there could be a ex. There's just some sort of information that's going to be expressed to you that maybe you were not aware of, that you weren't like aware of. So that's another message. That could be a really small few of you that may have that, or that may resonate with you for a small few. Another message with this row here, it could be specifically a lover or a partner coming to you and expressing to you maybe some of the controlling behaviors you may have, and expressing to you how you two can work together through it. Because what I'm really getting from this row here and the box, this Emperor card is usually upright. It's somebody who thinks very level-headed. There's somebody who's like a leader, this heavy authority that is all about self-improvement and like, you know, it's almost like a leader, not a dictator. The dictator is when it's in reverse. So, which it is in this reading right now. And then we have the devil next to that. And in this card, it specifically says to have this balance between the two. So balance not only within yourself, from the light and the darks within yourself, such as your highest self, and also your natural instinct, which is your ego, right? The natural traumatized instinct we have, which is our go-to nature. Our first instinct is to act a certain way. And which is, for some of you, it could be control, to control when we are feeling uncomfortable. Or when we're feeling some sort of traumatizing situation, it's making us feel the trauma again, right? We're in a situation, it's making us relive this trauma, or it's just triggering us. And then next to that, we have the Lover's card. So it really talks about getting clear about what your values and beliefs are. So I think this is just reiterating, hey, you may have some rooted beliefs or core values that you may think help you, that was maybe spread on from your family, from your environment, from, you know, the world just telling you what you should think. And those things are really keeping you small and in a box. And it could be harming your relationship with this person. It's coming from a controlling place. So for some of you, that could be something that you're working on, you're working to resolve. And people would find what is really alluring about you, pile two, is that you are willing to work through that. You are trying to work through that, and you're really um, like elevating as a human being, um, as a respectable leader. There's something about you being, you're not like a dictator, you are a leader. And what people find really alluring about you is that people really respect you. Pile two. We kept getting like messages about respect. And you're not getting respect at a way of like your ego where you're like, you have to respect me and like you're fighting people. You're doing it in a way of like, I don't care. Like, it's like from a place of like letting it go and not fighting with your ego. It's more of like, you lead by example. You lead by example. You are having fun. You're happy. You're enjoying life. And people are like, I want to be pile two. I want to know what, how did pile two get to where they're at? And that's how people are following you. It's not in a place of control or you have to do this or from a place of lack, right? You're not being like, oh, I expect you to do this or, you have to, like, this makes me feel like, let me give you a better example. The best way I could describe it is like, imagine you're in a relationship with your partner and you're telling your partner, I'm upset because you're expressing to them something that you lack, which is like, I feel like there is a lack of love in this connection. And you're like, I'm upset. And then you like basically blame them, being like, you don't show me enough love. And that is, in reality, if you really think about it, right? This is a kind of like hard thing to process. I'm still trying to get to know this a little bit more, but really think about it. That's coming from a place of victim mentality. That is coming from, I need to change you because you are what is making me uncomfortable. It's coming from a place of your ego. But in reality, if you take a step back and look at it, actually, my nose is getting clogged. It is only going to ruin your connection and sabotage your connection. Because this person, your partner that you may be with, right? They're their own individual person. They show and express love differently than you do. So that means by saying you lack, by saying like, and pointing fingers and saying, hey, I feel lack of love because of you. You're projecting your feelings onto them, being like, it's your fault, right? It's now going to make your partner feel like they're the problem, there's something wrong with them, and it's going to be like, they're going to feel like not good enough for you. They're going to feel like, I did try, I have been trying to show them love. Now I don't even want to try because it's like, it ruins the fun of it. It ruins the, I wanted to do it from my own place of heart, not because I feel like I'm being forced to. So that type of stuff really damages a connection. And instead, how to better come to that situation is to lead by example. You feel like there's a lack of love, then, lead by example and show them the love that you have for them. Being like, obviously there's nothing wrong with communicating, being like, hey, I'm feeling a little bit, insecure and I'm feeling like sad because I'm feeling, down about myself, or I'm not feeling good enough, or I'm feeling like a lack of love. And say that as taking responsibility over that feeling, because that's how you feel. Like, it's coming from inside you, and that's a need you need to be able to also provide for yourself. You can't expect your partner to be, responsible for healing that part of yourself. It's about doing your own self-work and stop controlling your partner. So there could be something about like, um, being vulnerable and being like, hey, like this is a pain that I'm feeling. And then, showing, doing some sort of like showing love, doing some sort of physical touch or like gift giving or like being and expressing to them like, I really love you, I care about you. I bet you like 90% of the time, your partner is going to come back to you and be like, I really love you too. And then show you some sort of, grand gesture or show you some sort of, loving thing to show you that they care about you too, you know? And listen, I'm not saying that's the case for everything, but the whole point is you want to lead by example. You want to show the love, unconditional love, not conditional love, not when you are like, oh, I'm expecting you to do this. You have to do this. Because again, that's just adding to what I said in the beginning. It's like another way of control. But, if you're really in a loving connection with your partner is going to show you some sort of grand gesture and show you that they really care. Anyways, I know I'm like, I hope that makes sense for some of you because I think that was the message that needed to be said. It's not about people pleasing. It's not about doing a grand gesture because, you feel like you have to, but you don't really want to. Like, it's about being secure in your relationship, but also leading by example. If you want them to show you love, you gotta show them love. You can't come from a place of lack. So, I hope that makes sense. And for some of you that may resonate, that could be something you're working on at this present moment. For the rest of you, what makes you alluring is that you already know that. It's that you already have been working on this. It's that you are already in this higher place of self-awareness when it comes to your love and the way you love others. Not only just like lovers, because we do have the love card, but like the lover card, but like your friends, your family. This message can relate in all those aspects. And you could be really working on or just becoming that person that is like really showing unconditional love. And you're stepping out of that box of like what you expect or what you expect society. Like you're letting go of like those limiting beliefs of how a man should act or how a woman should act or what your partner should do or what your partner yada yada or your parents yada yada. Like we're coming from a place of giving people grace. People are people. People are human. People are human. Like you are very understanding. And I think that's what makes you so alluring, pile 2. And a lot of people respect you. A lot of people respect you. I think sometimes we may fall into, our initial response, which comes from a place of trauma, and like that's a normal thing that happens when you're on the path of healing. Sometimes we fall back a little bit, but that's okay. I think, like, for example, we may sometimes fall back into the needingness to control, or we might come in from a place of maybe a little bit of manipulation, because the Queen of Swords, this card specifically talks about, let me read it to you. It says, in reverse, it says, the Queen of Swords can become emotionally manipulative or cruel. When she isn't thinking clearly, she may lash out aggressively. So I think what that's trying to say is, because we have another card that talks about like your initial response. This card, the Devil here, the ego, when somebody triggers us, we react. Our initial response is to react. But what these cards are really calling us to do is pause. Take a moment. When you're feeling angry, realize you're feeling angry, and before you say anything, take a pause. Process what you're feeling. Process how you're feeling. I know it's really hard sometimes, especially when your parents piss you off and you're just like, you want to snap back. Trust me, it's better to just take a pause. Let what they said, let them self-reflect on what they just said. Sit in that awkward silence and just don't react. It's better to just not react. Don't react. Trust me. You will feel more satisfied about yourself, when you just don't give those people the time and energy, there's no point in fighting or trying to get them to understand your perspective. They're going to believe what they want to believe. The only opinion of the subject that matters is your own. You don't have to like get people to see your perspective. The only person that needs to see your perspective is you, because you're secure in your own beliefs. You're secure in your own thoughts. You know who you are. You know your own beliefs, your values, and it's going to be different from other people. And because you are secure in those thoughts, if somebody has a different opinion, you're not going to fight them on it. You're going to be like, you know what? That's cool. I respect your opinion. I respect your beliefs. I respect what you value. I'm different than that, but I'm not going to fight you about it because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm only fighting you about it because I want you to validate my beliefs and opinions, because I'm feeling insecure about this. That's why. So don't fight it. Okay. Anyways, let's get into some of your messages. Damn, I've been talking to 20 minutes about that. That's fucking crazy. Let's get into your messages. I feel like this reading has gotten really deep. I hope this, helps the people that needs it. I'm gonna really try to focus more back on like more positive messages. And I don't think that this was negative or anything. There's a good balance between the two. We all need balance, right? But I know that some people just want to like be lifted up majority of the time rather than talking about and reflecting. So, yeah, we're gonna do our best, all right? And let's focus more back on topic, which is what is alluring about pile 2. So you may have secret admirers. I think you may have a lot of people keeping tabs on you or just like wondering what you're up to because people respect you. I think you may really motivate people. You really uplift people. You really like make an impact. You really inspire people, pile 2. You may not even realize, you may not even know. That could be something that you're like not aware of. This card really talked about like you are not aware of something. And there could be somebody coming up to you being like and expressing to you how much they respect you, how much they feel inspired by you, how you've impacted their life. By you healing, you heal others around you. And I think you're seriously making big impacts on other people's lives. Okay, let me shuffle this deck a couple more times. Okay, I'm gonna chop this up, and then we're going to okay. We have girls' night. You may be having a girls' night soon, and that could be when someone comes to you to express to you, like, how encouraged they are by you and how they will, maybe even give you some sort of motivation and talking to you about how much they love you and, like, support you. You could have a really nice girls' night. For some of you, it could be the opposite. For some of you, it could be you have, like, a lot of great girls around you. There could be, like, one or two maybe that aren't. But I think there is a lot of good girls around you. There could be, for some of you, though, you may be surrounding yourself with some negative energy and some people that may be insecure, that may be holding you back. So I guess it's up to you to decide who exactly that is, but it doesn't mean that you have to cut them out of your life. Come from a place, again, of understanding, but you get to decide how you want to spend your energy. Do you want to be surrounded by people that, are insecure and, project their insecurities? Or do you want to be surrounded by people who uplift you, support you, and cheer you on? We have, what you want. You know what you want. What makes you alluring, pile 2, is that you know what you want when it comes to your love. When it comes to your lovers, your relationships, you know exactly what it is you want when it comes to your relationships. And people find that very attractive because they feel so much more secure with you and in that relationship with you. Because, like, have you ever been in a relationship with somebody where they don't know what they want, it's like you're like fucking second guessing 24/7 because you're like, what do you want? And they're like, I don't know, because they don't know themselves. You know yourself, pile two. You know yourself, and you're secure. You are secure. You're secure in yourself. You're secure in your own attachments, in love. You could be on people's minds 24/7. There could be someone in particular that's thinking about you 24/7. And wondering about you, wondering what you're up to. I'm gonna say it's more of like a positive message. I think people are like really excited for you. People are happy for you. People are like, wondering how you're doing. We have Judgment. For some of you, there could be a mirror. Okay. We're gonna get into another deep topic. You could be having some friends that are surrounding you who keep you in a box because of their judgments and their negativity. And by surrounding yourself with those types of friends are only going to hold you back. And by the way, for some of you, know that you may be mirroring that energy. You could be the same as them. If you're friends with them, majority of the time, you are who you are friends with. So it could be a mirror. Maybe there's something you need to look inward and be like, damn, why am I friends with these types of people? How am I, why am I allowing myself to be surrounded by this negative energy? We have you radiates confidence. Yeah. You're very confident, pile two. You could definitely, I don't think it's like, there could be some girls that are genuinely negative, because we have girls' night, and then there's negative. There could be some girls that are just a little bit insecure, but I don't think it's like malice intent. I'm never going to fuel that paranoia, because it's like, it doesn't even matter if they feel that way. It's more of a reflection of them than it is you. But I think there could be some people that are a little bit insecure because of how confident you are. But I think there's also a lot of girls out there, though, that, cheer you on and love you and support you. Okay, let's see. What else about pile two makes them alluring? So the fact that you radiate confidence is really alluring. People feel like you are definitely somebody that people look up to and want to, like, it's almost like people are constantly curious about you. People are constantly curious about you. You invoke like a question mark in people's minds. People feel like they're like, huh? Like it's almost like you confuse people. People are like always like wondering about you. We have violation in reverse. There could be something about you do not allow violation. Once somebody crosses the line, it's like you cut ties. With this Queen of Swords here, this is some like don't fuck with me energy. And like violation here, you could be really good at maintaining healthy boundaries and being like, listen, babe, I know, like, or it's like, you really know how to, your energy, your worth, and you're not somebody who's going to sacrifice themselves or allow themselves to be continuously violated. You take accountability and you're like, listen, babe, I know you didn't mean to, or I know that it's like just who it is that you are, but I'm not willing to sacrifice myself or my happiness for this because I don't need it. So I think you could be definitely somebody that is really good with the wound of violation. Hold on one second. There's actually a chapter in the book that I'm reading. Where is it? I haven't gotten up to that chapter yet, and I wish I have, because I feel like it would really help with this section here. Maybe I'll make like a video about it, put it on my Patreon, but it says the wound of violation. It says unmet expectations, crossing boundaries. It said rooted belief program, or rooted belief. I expect. Primary emotion, anger. It says the traumas that cause this: broken boundaries, violations, emotionally unstable home, volatile emotions, domineering parents, physical, verbal, mental abuse, restrictions of freedom, oppression, bullies, all yada yada. It says unmet inner childhood needs, feeling respected. Wow, feeling respected. Pile 2, that may resonate a lot. Feeling autonomous, feeling heard. This shit could be what's holding you back. This could be what's holding you back. It says, I didn't ask for your opinion. You can't control me. I'll do whatever I want. Get out of my way. I will get what I want. You're disrespecting me. I'm about to explode. You're taking my time. That's crazy. Oh my god, I really need to read this. Okay. So in this chapter, it also talks about the different ways you may compensate for this wound. So there's the overcompensating or the undercompensating. So for some of you, it could be getting aggressive, violent, defensive, domineering, power hungry, which we talked about being domineering. It says argumentative, combative, vocal, angry, or loud. And then the opposite is being frustrated, bitter, resentful, passive aggressive, spiteful, complaining, emotionally manipulative, which it also said on that side emotionally manipulative too. So that's kind of crazy. That's a sign right fucking there. And a confirmation. We have common relationship problems. It says power struggles, easily triggered, walking on eggshells, aggression, domineering behavior, tension, undertones of resentment, passive-aggressive remarks, withholding affection. It says approach to challenges, aggressiveness, fights, argues, passive-aggressive, yelling, violence, unclear communication. What is this teaching us? Channel anger for positive change in our life. Don't accept limitations within your control. Expect more for yourself, when to walk away, self-respect, and autonomy. I don't really know what that word means. If anyone does, please let me know in the comments. We have individual healing, acknowledgement, releasing of anger. This is how we heal this. Acknowledge and release the anger. Cultivate healthy boundaries and non-negotiables. Where are your violations? Where does the violation lie for you? And where is the line for you to walk away? How far? What do you refuse? And stay true to it. Stay accountable. You know what I mean? If somebody does that violation, there's no point with fighting with them. Just walk away. Know that it was best for you and walk away. We have develop self-respect. Develop self-respect. Autonomy. Jesus Christ. Speak your truth calmly. Know when to walk away. Find empowerment in calmness, patience. Be clear in what you really want. Embrace discomfort for growth. Emotional composure. Stop expecting everyone to change for you. That could be really big. Having pride in your reactions. Have pride in your reactions. For example, knowing when to let go. Like, you don't need to argue with these people. You don't need to they don't need to see your perspective. They will never see your perspective. Sometimes you just have to walk the fuck away. The biggest diss is walking away and letting them think about it. Letting them have to sit in that fucking discomfort and being like, damn, Pile 2 didn't even fight with me on this one. Pile 2 just left. And now I'm sitting here, rotting in my own thoughts, trying to figure out, what the fuck did I do wrong? You know, you're giving them the space to do their own reflection, because no matter what you say, they're not going to understand you. Sometimes people just got to hit rock bottom, and you have to let them. Okay, and then we have affirmations. I respect myself and others. True power handles challenging circumstances with composure. I take pride in my behavior. My peaceful nature is respected, which you are. We definitely get you are respected. I can't control others. I can only control my responses. Being respectful is the most powerful approach. Yeah, being respectful. Coming from a place of respect too, right? You have to lead by example. If you want somebody to respect you, you got to talk to them in a respectful manner. And then it says how to support your partner with this wound is respect their boundaries, encourage direct communication of their needs, validate their emotions, celebrate calm composure, get clear on the power dynamics, walk away from when you're feeling disrespected, create clear relationship expectations together. And this is the book if you want to read it more. So yeah, I think that may have resonated a lot. All right, let's get some more cards. 2, 3. We got blonde. There could be somebody who's blonde, maybe people could like, maybe you are blonde and some people could find that alluring. People like that you're blonde. Or excuse me. Someone who's blonde may come to you and talk to you about something. There could also be somebody, also there was like a thing that was saying like, someone may come to you to express to you who was maybe disrespecting you and like out of your knowledge of it. That could be for a small amount of you. Okay, we have eye contact. There could be something about eye contact. People may find your eye contact really alluring. We have ginger. There could be somebody who maybe is a little bit like strawberry blonde or ginger. Or just has like red hair. There could be maybe dyed red hair. We have my ego is getting in the way. I think that's the biggest message for you, pile 2, is my ego is getting in the way. So it doesn't matter if people are talking shit. It doesn't matter if people making judgments about you. You're being so worried about people respecting you, but it's like they don't need to respect you. And guess what? Just remove your energy. Remove them out of your life if you want to. Find where your lines lay. But sometimes people just talk shit about you because they hate themselves. That's the underlying, that's literally what it is. They're projecting onto you what they don't like about themselves, because when they see you doing good, when they see you pursuing your goals, being happy, it makes them unsatisfied with their own lives. It makes them uncomfortable. So instead of getting better themselves, they'd rather blame others because they're the victim in their life. And trust me, you don't want to surround yourself with people who just play the victim in their life. Okay? We got trying to get your attention. There could be somebody who is trying to get, there could be someone in particular, maybe a man, maybe a toxic man, okay, who is constantly wanting you to fight with them so that you don't leave. If you continue to feed into the arguments and fighting with them, it goes to show that you still care. It goes to show that you are still trying to salvage that relationship. Sometimes you just have to let it go and not fight with them and walk away. Stop feeding into it. Stop giving them the attention. By you feeding into and having those arguments, you are letting them win. Stop it. Just walk away. Just walk away. There could be, another thing is too, if that doesn't resonate, this card could be representing, you could be getting a lot of people's attention. You are in a place right now, pile 2, where you are getting a lot of attention. And some will be good, some will be bad. But it doesn't matter if it's bad. Because if anything, it's going to make you excel even further. Because now people are talking about you. People are wanting to, like. And if it's social media related, people are liking, people are commenting, people are sharing. Sometimes you got to rage bait, okay? Another thing too, if that doesn't resonate with you, trying to get your attention, there could just be someone in particular that's trying to get your attention. We also have people pleasing. There could be something about like you feeling the need to fix the problem. You don't have to fix anything. Allow yourself to be uncomfortable. Sit in that discomfort. It's not your problem to fix. Okay, let's get your Pinterest board. What makes you alluring? Ow, fuck. My finger. You could curse a lot. Okay, what else makes you alluring is that you get a lot of people's attention. What makes you alluring is that you could be overcoming people pleasing and you're done people pleasing now. You're kind of like, I'm all about myself, baby. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a goddamn what you think about me. And yeah, that's what really makes you powerful, pile 2. I think you're really powerful. That's what true inner power is. Okay, let's see what we got for you. So your Pinterest board is this. Hopefully I don't have to like block anything. So we have there could be something about the selfies you take. You could have a beautiful face. Beautiful, I didn't even mean to say, but side profile. This image could be significant to you. This was one of my recent uploads. That pile could be, maybe this is a sign to go check out that pile. It says, I'm so much more than I let people see. Maybe it's time to really step into who it is that you are, pile 2. It's time to make that change. It is a new era. It is a new year, baby girl. It is a new year. Let the people see you. Let the people see all aspects of you. Without fear of judgment. We got intelligence, advanced intelligence. You are very smart. You are a very smart individual. Very, very smart. There could be something about Sharpies. We also have a girl sitting on a car with a cat. And this anime could be significant. I think that's My Hero Academia. We also have another girl who's like lazy girl meal plan. There could be someone maybe like you're meal prepping. You could be figuring out what to eat throughout the day, and like that's really bringing you a lot of organization and happiness. There could be something about a lighter. There could be something about like, I just thought of like 0.5. What is it called? You know when you put your phone to like the view of your phone, you move it to like the distance that your phone can see, like to 0.5. There could be something about like that. It could be significant. Some of you could have discolored hair, or there could be something about this dog. I forgot, is that a Rottweiler? I think it is. Maybe you have a Rottweiler. Maybe that's like your spirit animal. We have a little martini glass with little cherries in it. The image looks so much cuter. I don't know why my camera can't like. There you go. Look how cute. There's something about cherries. Maybe you recently found some new motivation. We got, let's see what else we got. Did I not scroll any further? This might be for pile 3. No, I don't think that is, actually. We have so many more, so this is gonna be for you. We have coffee, rain, music. We got little heart nails. I know Valentine's Day is coming up. Maybe you're gonna be doing your nails. We got, she's just relaxing on her bed with some magazines. It says Heartbreak Club. It says it's time to be happy again. Yes. We got a little chessboard with chess. Life is too short to not be happy. Like, we should be enjoying every single moment. Even the sad moments, even the challenging moments. Life is too short to not be happy. We should be excited. Like, wow. I get to live another day. I get to experience, like, I'm so happy with where I'm at. Even if I'm broke, got not even a single dollar in my bank account, I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm alive. That I get to live another day. Like, the universe gave us life. We should be grateful for what we have, you know? Like, people, like, let me not come from a place of not validating your feelings. Your feelings are valid. You're allowed to be sad, love. But like, another thing is, we don't want to look back on our life and be like, wow, we spent so much of our time being sad and in our minds. You know, we spent majority of our time worrying about stuff that wasn't even real. We worried about stuff that wasn't even in the present moment. Instead of like going out for a run or just, you know, doing the things that made us happy. So it's time to be happy again, you know, fulfill your purpose. We got a little back tattoo. There could be something about snakes. We got a little G-Wagon, could be significant. We got a little girl with a motorcycle. Schoolgirl outfit. Chase Bank could be significant. Capital One could be significant. Look, she's in a little, it says The Simpsons on there. She's a little bow tie. It's cute. This pattern could be significant. We got Chase Bank. It says, today I'm reviewing new designs. And it's talking about like some clothing brand or just like she's being a business owner. We got Obsessed, something creatively obsessed. We have Every mistake is progress. Little fortune cookie messages. And then we have a little juice box. We have I'm your no refunds. Sorry about that. I'm yours. No refunds. Sorry about that. Bro, I read that so wrong. We got a little juice box. We got 17 things or 17 lists that will change your life. And it's we got Cheerios, little heart Cheerios. We got Neutrogena face cream sunscreen. We got little lilac lily pink picnic. And there's a little picnic. Maybe taking yourself out on a picnic, taking yourself out on dates. We got Total Drama Island portrait Valentine's Day gift, and it's like two beautiful girls. That could be you and your friends, your besties, or same-sex lover. We got a little cat paw, a little heart. Look, new era. It's a new era. People, what makes you alluring is that you are transforming. You're a fucking transformer. Autobots, roll out! Like, you're a transformer pile too. We got, you started taking notes on your iPad. We got little heart things. We got, start your skincare routine. We got, we'll help you make sense of your money. Maybe letting people in and helping you out with your money could be significant. We got snake. We got little LED light. We got type B person, type A person. Type B person's like, honey, relax. And then type A is like, I need to do everything. Okay. And then he goes in for a kiss. We have In My Lover Era. We got the snake tattoo. We got these like potato spaghetti squash pad thai things. You could be stepping into like making new recipes for yourself. And that could be what makes you alluring, is like the way you cook. It says, I'm in my lover era. Yes, step into that loving, healing era. We got templates for creatively obsessed. We got a little cute little, I think this might be a ring or a bracelet. Little heart necklace. Or I meant bracelet. And then we have, if you think loving her was hard, try forgetting her. Period. Yeah, fucking try forgetting her, bitch. You ain't. You're gonna be on your mind 24/7. We got cold showers, hot showers, prevent colds, tighten skin. There could be something about maybe you like doing more like taking cold and hot showers. It says, bit of a mess, but doing my best. That's the life to live by. You're doing great, honey. Just wait till once you're out of this mess, once you're out of this rut, just imagine the amount of fucking, just imagine. Once the butterfly is, you know, you're at that stage of like the butterfly where you're in the cocoon, you know, it's a little bit rough. The butterfly's trying to fight to get its way out. It's like, let me out of here. And then once the beautiful butterfly opens up that like cocoon, and it's this beautiful butterfly, it's like, hey bitches, I'm motherfucking back. That's you. We got, oh, I think this is for pile 3 actually. Okay, I hope that resonates with you, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a little bit rough. We had a little bit more deep messages, but you know, sometimes we gotta talk about that stuff too, okay? Love you. You're doing amazing, sweetie. If you want to talk about it in the comments, let me know. I like to respond to my comments. I want to hear from you guys, so if you ever want to talk about anything, I'm here for you. Love you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. If you chose the Magician card, sorry, I like just washed my hands. If you chose the Magician card, this will be your reading on what is alluring about you. So, in Pick a Card readings, I want to let you guys know I do sell personal readings. So if you're interested in that, check out this timestamp. And every single deck you see on my channel is listed there. So, okay. Let's hop into your reading, pile 3. See what we have for you. So we have some pre-shuffled oracles off to the side. We're going to be shuffling some messages, and then we're going to be shuffling through some Pinterest pictures. I already have them screenshotted, but we're going to be showing them at the very end. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Okay. What the hell happened here? This deck ain't working for me right now. There we go. I also gotta bend them the other way because they're starting to like bend, which is frustrating. Okay, pile 3. So with your picture, so far the messages I'm getting is you could be the initial word I was getting is curious. People are very curious about you. I think I was also getting like you are very curious looking. Like there's something about you look curious. I think you always are wondering what's going on, or I was getting like, if you look in your thumbnail, she's wearing like these glasses, and I thought of like almost like you're a detective. Like you're like a she's going in detective mode, and she's looking up, putting the puzzle pieces together herself, or she's figuring things out. Or it's almost like, when like famous people go undercover and they're wearing like hats and like glasses to like hide their identity. That is what there's something about you wearing hats and glasses that people are like, who is that? Like they're like, like it's almost like it calls more attention to you. And people could maybe be like curious about you, and you just have like a curious look. So, and you look curious too. Like you look like you're curious. So, I shuffled this deck like at least about a bajillion times. Let's just hop into it. Okay, what is alluring about pile 3? We got the Knight of Pentacles. There's something about you being like a little spy. Like I'm really getting like, look at this image. It's almost like he's in this museum or some sort of like office or like place that he's like, protecting. Or it's like somebody who's like breaking into the place to like steal their diamonds. You know how like the spies like comes down and are like and they're coming down the wire and they're like hovering from the ceiling. They're going down the lasers and grabbing the diamonds, and then they're getting levitated back up. There's something about you either being like a spy. We'll get more into it, but there's something about you I'm gonna figure out what exactly this is trying to say with the next cards. Give me some more cards that make pile 3 alluring. The Sun. Wow, this is a beautiful card. Oh my god. Also, by the way, I just recently watched Nosferatu. That movie was fucking terrible. But this card is about vampires, and this deck is about vampires because it's Buffy this Vampire Slayer. Okay, we have the perfect amount of cards too. This is exactly what I wanted. 5 cards. And this one is 6 of Pentacles. Okay, we got 6 of Pentacles on the back. All right. So this is what we have. Also, look, she's got like a diamond in her hand. Like there's like this diamond here. It's the Queen of Cups. We got the 8 of Swords. All right, let's pull your cards here. We got the Storyteller. Yeah. You could have like the craziest stories. What's alluring about you is your storytelling. You could be really good at storytelling. You could be really funny too. That's what I'm getting. We got two of these cards. Let's put these out. So we got Tarantula and Fox. And then we got these, Angry, Uncomfortable, and Sleepy. I feel like all of these piles really resonated, have like similar messages. So there could definitely be a couple of you that are like watching all the piles. Okay, we got the Castle, the Mentor. All right, I'm gonna hop into the cards and I'll get back to you. Okay, pile 3. So we have a lot here to be said. I think I said that in every single video. Well, I think I said that in every single pile of this video, I meant. So let's start off with your thumbnail. And let me get some messages. Well, I already talked about your thumbnail, actually. But, yeah, it's really giving the curious cat. Somebody who... It's almost like the cat that... There was something about... You know that expression that talks about the curious cat? It's like... Let me look it up. Let me read it to you. It says, curiosity killed the cat. It's a warning against being too curious or experimenting unnecessarily. So, with that expression, that could be something that maybe holds you back. And that actually resonates so much with this castle card. So, the story that I'm getting, and then we have Storyteller. The story that I'm getting, it's talking about somebody who is in the comfort of their own confined walls. I'm getting a call right now. I don't know what the hell. Okay. The story is about this pretty princess. It's making me think of Princess Peach, right? She's in the castle in her own confined walls. She's sleeping in her bed. And then it's like, in this story, it says, even though she's comfortable in the, stagnancy of where it is she has now. The castle represents abundance, safety, all these different things. But her soul is longing for going outside and adventuring in the grass and running with her bare feet on the grass into the unknown, basically, right? Some people may view it and have this black and white thinking, right? That, oh, the outside is dangerous. Outside the castle, you don't want to go past the castle's walls. It's dangerous. But then, majority of the time, every time you've ever watched a movie or have seen some sort of, story, it's always like they end up going past the walls, and then it's like never the case. Usually, everybody instilling these fears is just what they tell themselves to stay stagnant. So, curiosity doesn't necessarily kill the cat. It's just when you are purposely putting yourself in bad situations. So know the difference. I think that's a big message. I think a big thing that I'm getting is, let me be a little bit more clear about that. Let me express it a little bit more clear, right? It is not black and white. By going outside the castle walls doesn't mean 100% that you are going to be faced with some sort of difficulty. So for another way, like releasing the metaphor, by you stepping out of your comfort zone, maybe literally stepping out of your house and experiencing something new, doesn't 100% necessarily mean that you are going to be faced with some sort of fear or horrible situation or evil, right? And I think that's the main message here with this stake card. It says the 8 of stakes and it's in reverse, specifically talks about paranoia, being paranoid, being scared of the outside, being scared of people, being scared of all these illusions. All these illusions. They're not real. You're seeing life from a negative perspective, seeing life as, oh, everybody's out to get me. Oh my God, everybody's trying to kill me. No, they're not. Trust me. Like 100% of the, like 90% of the time, you step outside and you're met with beautiful nature. You're met with the smelling of the grass and the beautiful butterflies and, you know, the beautiful, like, adventure of life. And so that can resonate for some of you. But that's like the story that I'm getting here. So I think another thing is too, it talked about, the sun talks about in the light, with the light being shined on the darkness, everything becomes clear, right? This sun card here, it says with the light being shined on the dark, on our shadow selves, right? When we start self-reflecting, when we become aware of when our egos are at play, right? These demons here, we can see it and get very clear on what truly is going on, right? And this talks about really stepping into clarity, getting clear, and bringing more joy and happiness into your life. I think that's like the main messages I'm getting. How could we do that? This is just the picture I'm getting. So this could be you are already doing this. This could also just be that this is messages that need to be said. I'll try to focus more on what makes you alluring. I know, but just give me one sec. We have Queen of Pentacles here too. So in this card talks about this woman who, even though she, faced and became like basically a vampire, even though she turned into this shadow version of herself, right? And was faced in the shadows, or like basically like she turned into, in other words, like her worst fears, like her shadow self, right? Let's just say that. She was still able to come from a place of compassion, love, and empathy, and like she helped others. She helped like teach students, or she still helped people. She still like was giving as much as she could, even though she was still in like her either victim mentality, or like her another way to like express it is like she's going through a hard time, right? So, and then this card talks about, this is the 8 of Wands in reverse, and it says you could be being faced with a lot of delays right now, and it says like you could be feeling like, this card specifically in the story, it says it's like you come ready and prepared to like the football field, right? But your coach ends up telling you, you got to sit on the sidelines, you got to sit on the bench, and you're frustrated, you're upset, you're like, oh, this is the last thing I wanted, is to be met with these delays towards what it is that I want to do. But listen, if there's a will, there's a way. Don't let this be the reason to why you give up. There are ways around it. And it literally says in that card, keep searching, because you'll find a way around it. You will find a way to resolve this issue. And then in this card talks about this specific guy in the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I forgot what his name is. I think it's like hold on, let me, I think I might have it still up. Where is my mouse? There it is. It says specifically, his name is Riley, and it says he represents a quest, and it says sticking to your routine. It says this card suggests you need to be methodical, conservative, and thorough. Just as Riley follows through on his orders, you must do so. It says it's not time to take risks or go rogue. Rely on the trusted method to complete the work at hand. And in a way, that message is also repeated with this tarantula card. It talks about, I'll read the specific thing that it says. It says you could be at a crossroads, like maybe you are trying to figure out exactly what to do, and it says reclaim your life's purpose. reclaim your life's purpose. It says it involves prioritizing your life's deepest purpose. And it says, when in balance, follow your intuition. It says, a habit or a routine from the past may be sidetracking you from your dreams. Yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. This also talked about how Peach was yearning to go outside her boundaries, right? Her walls. And it says, refocus your attention, find true happiness, you must choose Dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. You will be unhappy. It says, the tarantula hovers patiently and calm like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It's ready to know, and it already knows, and choose wisely. It says, follow your intuition. Okay, now let me tell you what I think this whole story is trying to tell us. What is alluring about you, pile 3, is the way you can be faced with any challenge and pick yourself back up and find a new solution. You don't let the boundaries of your walls or comfort keep you stagnant in life. You're somebody that sees past and shines light on your own paranoia, shines light through your own cloud goggles of pessimism, right? Of negativity, seeing past them and seeing them as not real. And you are, even though you are at that moment of facing, maybe you're still facing these demons, you're still facing this darkness, right? You're still facing and healing this part of yourself. You can still manage to be this wonderful teacher. We have 3 cards that talk about teaching others, loving others, and being such a influential individual, pile 3. So I think the overall message is, even though what's alluring about you is the way nothing can stop you. It's the way you never give up. It's the way that you're able to allow yourself to take time and heal, to take time and take a step back and look at this from a new perspective and be like, okay, I'm facing with some delays, but I'm not upset that I'm facing these delays, because I know that this is only going to teach me for the better. This is only going to lead me closer to where it is I want to go and help me with failures. Mistakes are all growing points of our lives. And you may be facing those things and it's really teaching you. And by it teaching you, you're teaching others. Some of you could be like an actual mentor, a teacher, a school teacher, because we got a bunch of messages about school. There could be something about maybe you work with kids. Maybe if you don't work with kids, there could be something about you just being a storyteller and mentoring others. Maybe as you heal, you spread what you've learned to others, and it actually really makes an impact on people's lives. It's you are this hand outside healing people. Your touch, there could be something about the way you touch that also heals, but it's you're healing people. You're a healer, pile 3. You could be really good at storytelling, or maybe even communicating. You could be a really good communicator. You could be really good at expressing your viewpoint. You could be really good at letting go of control over others, letting it go. But you could be really good at controlling yourself and controlling your anger. We have anger here. You're somebody who's very peaceful, meditative. You're not somebody to let anger control you. And you're very good with following your routines, your plans, your schedules. You're also somebody that's when somebody tells you, for some of you, when somebody tells you an order, you follow it. There could be some sort of influence with military. That could be a really specific message. But if that doesn't resonate, there could also just be some of you may really stand out the box and you don't like when people tell you what to do. But for some of you, it could be that you tell yourself what to do. And that's how you're in your own control, and you are like, by you telling yourself what to do, you're able to control yourself. You know, you're able to control what it is you do throughout the day. You could maybe have a lot more control over your time, your money. Um, okay, the last thing I want to say about these cards is we kept getting like little messages of like little things that I've been noticing recently, which is what I want to share. So the Fox card came out, and this made me think of like this movie or this game I played recently. Was about it was like a horror game about, it's a Fierce to Fathom horror game. It said it's Ironbark Lookout, and it's about a game where this guy experienced a scary time when he went to like he worked at a forest, and he was like a fire he worked at like a fire tower, and he had to keep an eye out for fires. And in the game, it talked about, they mentioned foxes and how red foxes like scream really loudly. That's just like their like voice or something. So there could be something significant about that in some way. And like in the story, when he mentioned the fox, it was like he was trying to tell this guy over the phone, hey, somebody was screaming in the forest, and it was really creepy. Like, it was just like a weird situation. And then the guy's like, no, you know, there's foxes all the time that scream really loud. So there could be something about that, like, in that game, he's being gaslit by his friend, because, like, actually what happens is, like, from his perspective, is that there's actual shit that's going on in the forest. So he trusted himself and believed himself that, like, yeah, this shit's sus. So I think there could be something about, for some of you, this could be a really specific message, is, hey, trust your intuition and don't let people, like, make you feel like you can't trust yourself. Oh my god. What the fuck just happened to my voice? Sorry. Oh my god. So yeah, that could be a really big message for some of you. And those could be the people you want to maybe remove yourself from. Trust yourself, trust your intuition. If you feel something is not right, you know, trust yourself. I think on the contrary of that, because I know we were talking about paranoia and being paranoid about all these little things. Another important message to that would be, you know, if you really see the evidence and you know and you feel like something's going on, right? Like, for example, in that game, he was still letting that guy be like, oh, that's, you know, you're not seeing things clearly. Or you didn't actually see that, even though he literally saw, like, evidence that was, like, something was going on in the forest. Hold on, I need to pause. I can't right now. Oh my god, I almost just died. Okay, what I was trying to say, pile 3, is yes, you should trust yourself and trust your intuition. But know the difference between your anxieties and fears versus deep down your truest, highest self, the calm answer that you have within you. There's a difference between a trauma response, right? So, for example, in that scenario, the guy was feeling scared. He was, like, on fight or flight mode. He was looking to survive, right? Because he was scared of what was going on in the forest. And his first initial response is to run away, to, you know. But in reality, he was right. His intuition was right. Yeah, something fucking sus was going on. And he was right. And he needed to trust himself. But when it comes to different situations that are traumatic, or it's like it's not at like the level of when you first initially experienced that trauma, right? So you end up experiencing something a little bit similar. you should still trust yourself and know the deep down answer, which is, you know, um, I know that this person, I've experienced this before, and it's reminding me and it's feeling similar to trauma I've experienced. So I will keep that in mind as a potential red flag that, hey, this person may act like this. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they will act like this. But I know that I can trust myself to handle anything that comes my way. And if this person happened to act like this and fulfilled that prophecy, then I know that I can walk away or protect myself or, I trust my own abilities. I trust myself. And that's how you relinquish fear. Let me say it in another way. So, for example, you're in a relationship with somebody, and you've had some trauma in the past, where you dealt with like maybe a narcissist or some guy that was shitty in some way. Maybe gaslit you, just made you, and it was like you were repeating. It comes from childhood, yada yada, whatever. But you're repeating that trauma, right? Now you get into another relationship, and you've been healing yourself, you've been working on yourself, and you've met somebody who maybe talks similar to that person. Instead of off the bat being on fight or flight mode, getting into the feeling triggered, because that's how we initially respond. That's how, our initial response. Instead of, going on that attack mode and reacting, instead, sit down, feel the feelings, understand you're feeling uncomfortable. And understanding that situation, the way you're feeling, is coming from your own fears. It's coming from your own paranoia. Now, in that moment, you need to decide, is it true? Like, is this person, I've seen multiple red flags back to back to back that this person is what I've dealt with before? Or is this just one scenario that maybe they are a little bit similar with, and maybe it's a red flag that, they just don't really talk the best or communicate the best, but I'm not going to hold it against them because they're a human being, and this is the only thing I've noticed. And, it's okay because, this is what I'm willing to settle with, right? You gotta know the red flags and what you're willing to settle for. And people are human. They're not, the freaking spawn of the devil, You gotta know, our traumas, especially when we're triggered, it's like we project that this person's like a fucking demon, and it's like, no, this person is a human being. They just have red flags, like the rest of us, So we gotta become self-aware of that stuff. I hope that made sense. I tried my best. I was dying the entire time trying to get that out. So, okay, for the rest of this, what's alluring about you, pile 3, is the way you mentor. You're able to, even though you're feeling triggered, you're still able to mentor yourself and allow yourself to always keep learning. You're like the student. Even though you're an adult, you're still always allowing and open-minded to allowing new learnings in and new teachings. I don't know what is happening. Pile 3, something going on with the communication, because my throat is dying right now. Something about communication. You're able to still what's alluring about you is the way you're able to handle conflict. The way you're able to navigate feeling uncomfortable or feeling triggered. Even when you're feeling triggered or in this you're at rock bottom, you're still able to teach others and uplift others and still be very loving of others. And that's what's so alluring about you, pile 3. Holy crap. All right, let's hop into these. You could make people feel very emotional. Like, I'm like tearing up right now. So you can make people, what's alluring about you is your emotions. You're very emotional, very kind, loving. It could also be something about you make people embrace their emotions or more emotional or more loving. The number one message, though, this overall message is really trust your intuition. You know what's best for you. You're the magician, right? That was your main card that was to pick for this reading. You're the magician. You have everything under your belt to do what it is you need to do. You got it, pile 3. You just got to trust yourself and believe in yourself. The last thing I want to say was what's alluring about you is the way you communicate. It's the way you express yourself. You're really good at expressing yourself, telling stories, expressing your viewpoint. I need to go get some water, I'm sorry. Okay. I think I already said what I needed to say. With all that. Some of you could be maybe sick. That could be like the message. We got birthmark. We got girls' night. We got you are so patient and have a lot of wisdom. People, what makes you alluring, pile 3, is your patience. You are filled with wisdom, and people, that's why they look up to you, and they feel like you are like a mentor or a teacher. People love your soul. Some of you can work in tech. You can make anything from nothing. You're very resourceful. We have curves in all the right places. People love your curvy body. You can be really curvy. People can love your body. See what else we got about for pile 3. 2, 3. Some of you guys could be overcoming limerence, or maybe somebody's dealing with limerence. We got Capricorn. Someone could be Capricorn. We got conditional love. Someone could be struggling with conditional love. We have city. We have they're obsessed with your body. We have give me head. We got Delulu. It says focus on your present. Someone could be a gamer. You have what makes you alluring is your unique eyes. Someone could be sexually daydreaming about you. Someone could be you're like destined for fame and fortune. Someone could be a mechanic. So those would be all the reasons, all the different things here could make you alluring. There could be someone who maybe is a little bit delulu about you, who's obsessing over you. Maybe they're falling into limerence. There could be an aspect of limerence. There could also be maybe some conditional love going on. Okay, let's get into your Pinterest board. So your Pinterest board here, we have this couple here, and they're very flirtatious. Oh, and look, she's got a freaking controller in her hand. Okay, so some of you could play like video games. She's playing with the controller, and he's like embracing her, and like he's hugging her and like flirting. There could be something about that. We got another thing of pink nails. Those are so cute, actually. Those are adorable. Pink nails. I want to paint my nails like that, actually. You guys could be maybe matching shoes, or there could be something about your shoes collection is really nice. People really like your shoes. We have make him love you and leave. That could be like, I don't know what that's about, but that could be some sort of habit or toxicity. We got a little teacup and candy bars. There could be maybe trash on your station, or maybe needing to clean up. There's a lot of red. There's a lot of red here. There could be something about the color red or pink. Could be significant to you. Maybe your eyeshadow. There could be something significant about strawberries, game controllers, your computer. McDonald's could be significant. Pocky, talking on the phone, makeup setup. We got a little Playboy bunny. We got a little cat, like retro squared image. We got somebody laying on their table. We got this perfume. We got the Playboy bunny with the skull. We got, it says, relax, beauty is inside. We got these pictures. It could be something about neon sign and art. Pop, modern, neon, light art. We got, you always smell good. You could be someone that smells really good. People could love the way you smell. Maybe there could be a specific person that really loves the way you smell. Someone could be like wanting to like tie your shoes for you, put on your heels for you, taking care of you. We got Dior. I was definitely getting this vibe, like this neon retro Tokyo drift, Tokyo night drive vibe. You could be eating healthier. It says salmon rice bowls. It could be something about what's alluring about you is the way you cook or the way you eat. People may love the food you eat. You'll be eating well. We got silly goose. Maybe somebody calls you silly goose. We got a little wedding ring. We got Red Bull Zero. We got clean makeup station. This person, there could be someone that is here that wants to marry you. We got Sabrina Carpenter. It says, shake my S's. We got abundance of money, blessings from the universe, beauty, and achieving my dreams. This is me. We got cute little nail art. We have, you're like really pretty. People could find you to be really, really pretty. It says, finding new, easy, feel-good recipes for New Year. Maybe that's what you're stepping into. Maybe some of you are getting like a tattoo and like there could be this guy that's like, can you stop moving? And Megan Thee Stallion's in the back, the poster of her, that's funny. Silly goose juice. 100% silly goose. I meant silly juice. You could be getting like these cute little gym fits. We got somebody laying in bed, relaxing. We got so lost in this stupid world. Maybe somebody's thinking very pessimistically here. We got a bunch of pink images. We got, I'm going to make a very beautiful life for myself no matter what it takes. Yeah, you're very determined. We have, please hesitate to reach out to me. We got a little beautiful luxury light acrylic living room decoration. Little Jerry Hart red nails action here. There could be something about Valentine's Day. It could be significant to you. Maybe you're gonna like, you're gonna have like a Valentine. We have unfollowed, removed, blocked. We have little beautiful roses. We got another wedding ring. There's definitely somebody here who wants to marry you and treat you. But that is what we have for you. Pile 3. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like, consider subscribing, let me know how I did in the comments, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!